aka are you in or not? I talk to a lot of coaches who say when they start, yeah, Marie, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. I'm so excited. I want to make 6 figures. I want to retire myself and retire my spouse. I want to be my own boss and work my own hours. And I say, excellent, I can't wait. Here's the tracker I use. Here's the new coach training. Dive into the National Wake Up Call. Show up every single day, no matter what, and don't give up. And then like 2 weeks later, I check in with them because they haven't showed up on our team call the night before, and I haven't seen them posting anything on social media since their first coming out post. And I message them and I go, well, what's up? What happened? And this is what happens. Well, I just feel so overwhelmed. I just don't know what to do. And I'm like, use the tracker, show up every day. Do the vitals. There's only 4. You can count to 4, I promise. I'm here for you, but just do it. And these are the same people who overthink it and overthink it and overthink it, and then they quit. And then they're the ones that say, well, coaching doesn't work. No, coaching works, you just did it. Right? Yeah. Truth bomb. If I had a mic in here, I'd be... Okay, here's the thing. When you kind of, sort of show up, you kind of, sort of get results. If you kind of, sort of do 21-day fix, you're going to kind of, sort of get results. If you kind of, sort of dabble with PD, you're still going to have a bunch of limiting beliefs and stuff you need to unpack. I promise. Okay? And that's going to keep you stuck. So it's really important to deal with. When you commit, you take away the option to fail. Next one. And this is really small, so obviously I can share these slides in the Calgary Coach page if you guys want afterwards. This is a coach checklist that Daniel Natoni shared in Vegas at Leadership in October that Grant and I went to. And it was so good because I love checklists, first of all. I'm an A-type teacher, I already told you guys. I love checklists because they take away any guesswork. It makes it very clear for me. If I can work by a checklist, I know that I'm going to be efficient, important. I'm going to be time savvy, important, right? Want to live my life. Beachbody coaching isn't my whole life. It gives me a life. So this checklist is fantastic, and I'm going to read them to you because you probably can't read them from back there. So number 1, are you being proof the products work? Who's doing Transform 20? Amazing. Me too. Kinda. I love Lift 4 so much. So now I'm kind of like, but I won't wait. But it'll be great. Are you being proof the products work? Okay, you can't just stand on a soapbox and be like, yo, challengers, show up. And you're just like eating chips. And show up. Okay, lead by example. I don't know, that nobody eats chips like this, but pretty soon. Is your status active? Are you an active coach, or are you a delinquent, inactive red that your upline looks at you and goes, why? I thought you wanted to make 6 figures and change people's lives. Are you currently receiving a monthly subscription product? Shakeology, Beach Bars, Performance Stack, soon to be new vegan ones at Summit. I know, you heard it here first. I got the goods, don't worry, I got you. If you're not drinking Shakeology every single day, like I have for 4 years, if you're not drinking a monthly subscription product, if you can't sell yourself on that product, how do you think you're going to sell somebody else on that product? If you can't sell somebody else, or if you can't sell yourself on the programs, how do you think you're going to sell somebody else on the programs? You won't. It starts with you. Lead by example. Show up. Number 4, have you completed a program from start to finish last year? Most people here? Yeah. Great job. That's more than most people ever do in their fitness journey. That's a big deal. Do you listen to the National Wake Up Call each week, live or recorded? Yep. It's the best. Why would you not? I haven't missed a single one in almost 4 years. Do you get on team calls, live or recorded? Great job. Are you registered for Summit?
Yeah.
Who came to Indianapolis last year? Oh, who's coming this year? So many more. You guys are gonna love it. I was very skeptical about Indianapolis, I'll tell you that much. I was like, weird city, not sure. It was amazing. Such a cool experience. Are you planning to attend the next Super Saturday after this one?
Yes.
Obviously you're here, right? So you've got skin in the game, this is amazing. Can you verbalize why you want to blank? Why do you want to go diamond? Why do you want to make $500 a week? Why do you want to help 100 people in 2019? Can you verbalize whatever your goal is? Why? Why do you want that goal? What will that mean for you? Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? How will you feel when you do that thing? Are you showing up daily on social media? My third C is content. I'm going to cover some good social media tips for you guys today. Are you posting on purpose and with strategy? Or are you just putting up like duck face selfie with like #blessed? Like, don't do that. What was your hashtag thing, Ben? This one? Hashtag. Like that. Okay, did you hit Success Club last month in December?
Yes.
Success Club is your non-negotiable baseline. If you want to be successful as a Team Beachbody coach, hit Success Club every single month, no matter what. I promise. If you're not hitting Success Club, you have a hobby. If you're hitting Success Club, you're expanding and growing and building a base. Did you finish a personal development book/program in December? Do you have a new one picked out for January? If not, do so this weekend. Did you successfully implement a tip, tool, or strategy from a recent training? Don't just be a knowledge hoarder. Take action, right? That's where the power lies. And finally, are you actively engaged with everybody on your team? Or are you like a solo warrior going at it alone? We're so much better when we're together. Do you guys agree with that? Yes. Awesome. All right, let's go to rock your social tip and grow your tribe tip for our first C, commitment. Rock your social tip. I challenge you to commit to your journey 100% starting right now. Announce your commitment on your social media this weekend. You just beat their pants a little. If you announce on your social media your journey and your intention to commit, and you say, all right, Instagram fam, here it is, laying it on the line. I'm gonna do Transform 20 in January, even though I'm slightly scared of it. I'm going to read Dare to Lead by Brené Brown. I'm committing to this meal plan. I'm gonna drink 100 ounces of water a day. And I'm gonna up my meditation practice. I'm putting it here for accountability, you heard it here first. I promise you are so much more likely to commit and stick with your plan of action when you tell somebody else. I don't know what it is, but when it's just us, we don't show up. Which is probably an attest to our self-love issue that we've got going on here globally, right? All right, grow your tribe tip. This is something that I did and still continue to do, and it's why I've grown my Instagram organically from 0 to 7,000 followers in under 4 years. Add 5 new friends every day. Right? Easy. When you go pee, add 5 new friends. When you're waiting for the laundry, add 5 new friends. If you do this 5 days a week, if your power hour is like 30 minutes, that's all you've got because you're a busy freaking person like all of us. Your power hour is 30 minutes, add 5 new friends every single day, 5 days a week. That's 100 new people a month that gives you the potential to work with, to train as a coach, and to welcome into your community. All right, number 2. Consistency. This is my favorite word. I just think it's so sexy. Consistency. AKA, show the frig up. Didn't want to swear, so I'm sure. Let's try. You guys tell I'm new at this? Okay, so here's the deal. Your consistency creates confidence and competence. The more that you do something, I like doing things like this, can you tell? The more that you do something, the better you get at it. The more you want to do it. The more you show up, the better you get. This is how coaching works. Those top coaches, those top 10 elite coaches who achieve that epic milestone in their businesses, they're not better. They might not even be better at coaching. They've just done more laps around the mountain. That's it. So the key thing to this the trick is just not to give up, right? Do the thing, show up, and don't give up. To stay consistent, when life gets tough, because it does, when you break your pelvis in a car accident, like in that video, good God, You have to know why you showed up in the first place. And this is where that commitment piece, that first C comes in. You have to commit first. As Julie Boris would say, you have to draw your line in the sand. You just say, this is it. I'm deciding. And when you decide something, I'm rooted in it, there is no other option. There's no other option to fail, because you took it away. You burnt the boats. This is the only option. So the only way to go is there, forward. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. Consistency with coaching looks like a very small graph. Consistency with coaching looks like doing the 4 vital behaviors every single day, which helps you develop your belief, your confidence, your competence, helps you be a better you, and in turn helps you get to help people be better them. Terrible English. So this is actually my daily business activity tracker. And since I'll share the slides in the page, in the Calgary page, you'll see that it is the exact same tracker that Kim Carver just shared in the Success Club system. It's literally that tracker. But I'm a little OCD, and I wanted to start it on a Monday, not a Thursday, so I changed it. And also I'm kind of like, I love trees and the planet, so I wanted to just do black ink instead of blue, because, you know, save the planet. So on my daily tracker, I have the 4 vitals. I have be proof the products work. I work out and drink Shakeology, check. I have connect, invite, follow up, okay? And I have my specific tasks under there. I have get people results, because that's the name of the game. We're coaches. We're not distributors, right? You call the coach in when shit hits the fan. When people need help, that's when a coach comes in. That's what we get to do. I don't just distribute Shakeology, even though I love it. I'm like the fairy of Shakeology. We are coaches. We get to be in the corner of the person who doesn't feel like anybody's in their corner. When you commit to your journey, you become proof that the products work, vital number 1. As you read PD, vital number 2 in my mind, you let go of your limiting beliefs. You feel confident enough to connect, invite, and follow up, vital behavior number 3. And by doing that and hosting groups every month and showing up on social media and mentoring a team of coaches, you get people results. Do you guys see how that works as one well-oiled machine? It's not just, you can't just take one piece and be like, I'm good at it. I drank my Shakeology, I'm good. Okay, it works cohesively, synergistically as a whole. All right. This is one of my favorite quotes of all time. We become what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. It's one of my favorites. One of the best ways to stay consistent is to work by a list. So go into your coach office, go into the champions page, print off that Success Club tracker, or make your own like I did. Takes 3 seconds on Google. Print off 52 of them, bind them, and then show up every day. And just do your best. You don't have to have perfect attendance on every single box. Just do your best every single day. I promise that will create consistency. And because you committed, do you guys see how this is working? These 5? Okay. All right, rock your social tip. That's me with a tan. I know you didn't recognize me. I'm translucent in the winter. Consistently show up on your social media with 1 valuable post and a handful of stories about your day. You don't have to post 4 to 5 times a day on social media, and in fact, I might suggest against it because of the way social media has gone. People might report you. Okay? Put up 1 quality post a day and a handful of stories. Here's me drinking my Energize. Here's me doing my workout. Here's a quote from my PD that I loved. Here's me at Super Saturday with my friends. Did you see the Beachbody banner at the back you can take photo ops in front of? Use that, and then say thank you to the Market Council. Grow your tribe tip. Consistently show up in your challenge group. Creating a fun atmosphere encourages your challengers to show up, and it also encourages them to invite their friends. When people invite their friends to what you're doing, and they're not even yet a coach, what is that called? A referral. Referrals are like gold. So show up and make it fun. All right, number 3, Content, aka add value online. I'm just gonna take a quick sip of water. This is the nucleus of my chat with you today. Watch me spill this hydrate all over too. All right. Who likes the word authenticity?
Sure.
If I was more ballsy, I would just tattoo it right across my whole arm. When you authentically share your journey, you can create compelling content that's honest and genuine and comes easily to you, and therefore takes less time. And that content that you create from sharing yourself authentically will attract your ideal client automatically. Would you like to have your ideal client come to you? Yeah, right? That's great. That's what we want. So your social media is like your own personal brand. It's your digital fingerprint, we'll call it. And you hold the pen. You get to be the person that writes the story. So it's super important that you stop trying to speak to everybody. When people ask you what you do, okay, I'm an online health and wellness coach, very proud of that. But who do I help? I know exactly who I help. My ideal client, her name is Stacy. She's between 25 and 40. She's probably about 27, 28. And she has struggled with digestive issues and mental health stuff for her whole life. I know where Stacy hangs out online. I know what she likes, I know what her hobbies are, I know what food she likes. Because I've done the work and figured out who my ideal person is. And Julie Boris, I'm gonna mention her again, I really admire her a lot. She said this quote earlier this year and it stuck with me. She said, "You are uniquely qualified and uniquely positioned to serve those who are unique to you." Don't want to butcher that. You are uniquely qualified and uniquely positioned to serve those who are unique to you. Does that mean that you want to try and speak to everybody and just let whoever come in? That doesn't work. Okay, who has experienced when you put up a social media post and it's a call to action post, you're trying to find people to join your challenge group because you're so stoked about it. And you know they will be too if they just sign up with you. And you speak to the masses and then it's just crickets. Does anybody have experience with that? Am I alone on that? But then you put up a post about your story and you go, this is where I was. This is what I found. This is where I'm at now. This is what I can do for you. I'm proof. Do you want to join my group? There's 10 spots. You will have a much better retention rate and recruitment rate, we'll call it recruitment rate, on that post versus the one where you just say, hey world, come do Beachbody programs. All right, let's go to the next one. So in order to uniquely serve those people who are unique to you, you have to take them from Island A, aka Struggle Bus City, to Island B, aka Look at My Awesome Sexy New Life. And you have to bridge the gap. So if you guys are down with it, can we do a little activity here?
Yeah.
I'm a teacher by education, so I get really interactive. I like it. Okay, put your stuff into your lap. And if you're recording, you can still record, that's fine. But close your eyes. All right. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Everybody's like, what is this crazy lady doing? I'm also a meditation teacher, did you know? Take another deep breath through your nose. And breathe out. All right, I want you to think back. Eyes closed. Who were you before Beachbody came into your life? Where were you at? Maybe it was your rock bottom. Who were you when you were at the worst, lowest stage of your life? What were you scared of? What were you struggling with? Let yourself go there. And sometimes it's emotional, and that's okay too. Who were you? What would you have paid money to fix in your life? I want you to think about that for a second. And when you have that image front and center in your mind, I want you to write it down in the notebook that's on your lap. or on the phone that's on your lap. It's important. You want to remember this. All right. And when you're ready, I want you to close your eyes once more. Who are you now? Who have you become? What has Beachbody done for your life? What have you learned that you can now pay forward and share? What have you overcome? You can let yourself smile and be proud. And when you're ready, write that down on the notebook or the phone. I call this my Island A, Island B activity. And when my team sees this video, they're gonna be like, oh my God, again. This is so important. Nobody cares about where you are now and how much weight you lost and how much money you make as a Beachbody coach and all the fancy trips you get to go on and free Success Club prizes each month if they don't know where you came from. Are you sharing your story fully? Or are you just sharing this new happy version of yourself because you're embarrassed of where you came from? It's all part of the whole. You can't have the now without having the ugly past. You can't. It's all part of it. So what does content look like? Let's move to that. When I share my Island A to Island B story, and I help bridge that gap, and I say, listen, this is where I was. I was at rock bottom. I remember driving to teach in the mornings on like 4 to 5 hours of sleep with a bloated gut because I was dealing with IBS stuff. Crying, wiping my face, hurrying into school, breathing so shallow that I developed heart palpitations and went to my doctor to get ECG scans. Staying at school till 5, marking, prepping, coaching volleyball, heading home, grabbing something so quick to eat, dodging off to go waitress, getting home at like 11:30 at night. Brandon would already be sleeping because he had to work at 5 a.m. the next morning. I would work my Beachbody coaching business late at night and then wake up at 5 to do it again. I remember that. And it makes me emotional every single time. So I share that on social media. It's so ugly, but it's me and it's my story and so it's important. So when you're sharing content online, not every post has to be like, this is my past. But share your story so that people get to know you, because when people get to know you, they can connect with you and then they want to work with you because they trust you. This is a people business, yes? Yeah. Okay. Content has 4 parts. Photo, caption, hashtags. Facebook will eventually adopt hashtags, I promise, so you're gonna wanna get on the train. And stories. I subscribe to these social media website emails, and the 2019 social media trends just came out. And I was informed that stories are going to be the #1 thing, and even Facebook is going to ditch the newsfeed eventually and move to stories. Crazy, right? We live in a weird time. So get good at stories. Start sharing. Get comfortable. All right, next one. One of my social tips for you today is to pre-write out some of your post ideas. We're all busy, right? So on a day like today, when I curled my hair, never do my hair, and I put on mascara, weird, right? I know, I feel like a new woman. I will take a couple pictures of my face today so that I can use them in like a month, or like today, and then in a month. When you take some photos of yourself on days when you feel well and feel good and confident, and you pre-write some post ideas in your phone, when it comes time to putting up your post and you're juggling a kid on your hip and you're trying to like stir spaghetti and you're like, oh my God, I gotta leave. You can just copy and paste it and it's valuable, and you already wrote it, and it's ready to go, and it's super efficient. You guys down with that? Efficiency?
Yeah.
Yes. Plan. It works. So some of these social tips, and again, you'll get the slides, these are content tips, sorry. Post a photo from a recent holiday and share the story behind it. Share a photo of your favorite space in your house and why it's special. Post a photo of your pet or loved one and tell us how they came into your life. These are just prompts. These are just prompt ideas for you to let the writing flow. All right, let's go on to the social tip and the grow your tribe tip. Social tip, make a list of post ideas that excite you, that you'd want to share about. One of the best things about being a Beachbody coach, I think, is that you don't have to be in this like box of this is what a Beachbody coach looks like, this is what a Beachbody coach acts like. I mean, we're all generally happy, because when you feel good, you're happy, right? But there's no box. You get to just be you and bring that to the table, and that is so cool. You are uniquely qualified and uniquely positioned to serve those who are unique to you. Don't forget that. Grow your tribe. Find hashtags that resonate with you. Please stop using hashtag Team Beachbody, because it's just connecting you with other coaches. When you have hashtags that you can use on each post, and you should be using between 10 and 30 hashtags. You have 30 opportunities to use hashtags in each post. That's the limit. I suggest using all 30. That's 30 opportunities to connect with different audiences. Find hashtags that resonate with the ideas and beliefs and things that are important to you in your life. I'm a big proponent of meditation and mindfulness. What kind of hashtags do you think I use? Lots of meditation, mindfulness, and yoga hashtags. It connects you with people who think similarly to me, who will be my ideal client, and potential coaches, and potential friends. Okay? And I put a little sub note here too. If you need help with hashtags, or you're like, ain't nobody got time for that, right? Thank you very much, I'm busy. I have access to a monthly membership where I have all the hashtags laid out for you. It's inexpensive and awesome, and if you guys are interested, I'll share the link with you in the Calgary page.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, next one. Oh, this is a good one. You know when you get hyped up about your own stuff, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Number 4, courage. Who would consider themselves courageous in here? Oh, be honest, put your hand up. You're a Beachbody coach. You're a little black sheep. That takes courage. Yes, it does. Going against the grain, it takes courage. I call this follow the puke. I accidentally mixed up my slide, so there's a mistake. Follow the puke. Courage is not learned, it's earned. You don't become courageous by thinking about being courageous. You become courageous by taking messy, scary AF action daily. And that's the whole secret about it, is that you can't just think about being courageous and then all of a sudden you are. You have to do the thing that scares you most in order to develop that skill. The other secret to being courageous, and this is something that I thought about when I was preparing this presentation for you guys, and actually this will probably help you with all of your invites and social media posts too, so hopefully this is a valuable takeaway. The secret to being more courageous in your life and in your business, most of your business, is to recognize and realize that it's not about you. So when I was preparing this, I was like, oh, what can I bring? What 5 tips? I like things in 3s and 5s. What 5 tips can I bring to these beautiful humans who are showing up on a Saturday that they can then take and use and take action on in their businesses? I realized it doesn't even matter so much about what I say or the order the slides are in, as much as it matters that I showed up. That's pretty much it. Right? And so I'm giving you permission to do the same. I'm giving you permission to do the same. When you share that Island A, that Island 8B activity we did there. If you didn't take time to do that while we were sitting here, I know it's a time limit, go home and do that and really let yourself sink into both islands. You don't have to call them islands if you don't want to, but let yourself sink into that and really recognize where you came from and where you are now and what quality and value you can share to bridge that gap for people who are still on Island A, who are going, oh my God, this is it? Island A sucks. Where's Island B? I don't even know about an Island B. You get to show up as this like beacon of hope. Shakeology Fairy. I think I'm funny. Okay, I want you to think about how you felt when you joined your very first challenge group. You were excited to spend that money, even if you were like $100K in debt, right? You felt empowered. You were like, oh my God, I'm gonna spend $200 on myself. Oh, okay. But then you got excited because you had this hope and you were like, man, somebody's gonna be in my corner. I have a coach. I'm gonna have a group. There's gonna be resources, probably some checklists. God, I love a good list. Brandon's like, oh, you are so weird, I love you. You felt excited, and here's the best part of that whole thing. You get to give that gift to somebody else. But you cannot give that gift to somebody else if you don't first show up and then invite them to it. So get over yourself. I love you, but get over your damn self. Okay? All right, next one. What does courage look like? Okay, I'm not gonna look at it because I will get emotional. So, this picture is me. That is in a house that Brandon and I were renting. And that is my $20, very, very small human desk. I'm 6 foot, very small human desk, from Kijiji that I put in the corner of our living room because I didn't have an office. My first 2 years were at the kitchen table, so don't worry. And then I moved this little desk into the corner of the living room and I had all my stuff on it and I had my cork board up above, as I do, with my calendar and my successful goal and some mantras and stuff. And I took that picture at probably, I'll say 5:30 in the morning when I was still in the middle of my teaching contract. One of them. And to me, courage looks like showing up every day, no matter how tired you are, no matter how bleak you know your day looks, no matter how much you resent the fact that you're not doing what you want to do with your life. Courage for me was waking up at 5:30 in the morning and doing my power hour no matter what. And posting on social media, even though I sucked at it at first. I just did the best I could. I showed up with good intentions. And I did not stop. To me, that is what courage is. It's saying, this is something I believe in so firmly, and I have faith that that thing in the near future, if I do these things right now, if I stick to these vital behaviors and I show up, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, and especially when my family doubts me, and I lose friends over it, I'm still going to show up because I know that this is right for me. That's courage. Take the leap. Do the thing. You're ready now. Next one. All right, rock your social tip for courage. Commit to going live on social media this week. I'm going to even give you your topic. Ready? The top 3 tips you have on a topic you love. Are you a knitter? Give your top 3 tips on avid knitting.
Thank you.
I know. I got the game going. Not recently, but I used to. I actually used to go home after teaching and I would watch Ellen and knit on the days that I didn't work. Like I'm 80 before my time. Okay. I think that's good. Oh, no, it's not. Grow your tribe tip. I'm skipping ahead of myself. Thinking about knitting. Ask your potential coaches or clients to jump on a FaceTime with you or go for coffee. Who does this? Anybody? Like 2 people. This is a people business. And if you hide behind a keyboard all the time, you're going to feel super isolated And they're going to be like, oh my God, it's another hey girl message. Don't do that. Okay? Hey girl, love your dress. Where'd you get it from? God, I just hate that. I send video notes, video DMs on Instagram when I'm like greasy and bun on top of my head with my big old glasses on because I am blind. I send those to anybody. I'm like, hey, happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great day. I thought of you. I think you'd be a sweet coach. What do you think about that? Or something of the like. And people respond so well because they're like, oh my God, you're a human. You have zits. You have creases in your forehead at a young age. Next. All right, number 5, connection. This is the last but not least. Connection, AKA be a good human. We can all agree that's important here, hey? So like I mentioned before, I got nervous preparing for this presentation because, first of all, it's a huge honor to have anybody's attention on you while you're speaking about something. And second of all, because I really just wanted to deliver so much value to you guys today. And then number 3, because I'm so squirrely that when I try and tell stories, usually I go off on like 7 other ones before I get back to the main point, so I was a little nervous about the time cap. But I realized that if I just showed up as Marie, the teacher from Saskatchewan who decided that she'd become a Beachbody coach because why the hell not? Who's been doing it for 4 years, who now just worked her butt off with her team and achieved this title. We're actually number 186 in the whole company, number 18 in Canada. That's crazy! That's so crazy, you guys. But I knew if I just showed up as me, in my sneaks, that you'd be like, oh, she's normal-ish. If she can do it, so can I. Right? All right, number 5 is connection. Next slide. One of my favorite quotes, this quote is hanging on my corkboard in the office. I now have an office with a desk and a chair and a corkboard and everything. Your vulnerability makes you human. Your humanity makes you influential. Your vulnerability makes you human. Your humanity makes you influential. Authenticity is refreshing. Do you agree? I don't relate to perfect. When I see like fitness models on Instagram showing off their perfect peaches, I'm like, what? I don't understand. I've been doing squats for like 4 years. My butt is still flat. Show up as you. Be messy. Be imperfect. Show your stuff. That's the goods. That's why Ashley Molstad is number 1 this year. I promise you. Mm-hmm. She shows up. She's like, this is me. I'm a mom and I like to party. Mm-hmm. And people like it. Yeah. She's unapologetic about who she is. It's refreshing. When you connect with people and you show up authentically, you create this conversation where they feel safe to also show up authentically. That is honestly the reason why I've had so much success as a coach, because I just show up and I'm like, hey, do you want to do this too? And the people on my team can attest to it. And we're all just regular-ish humans who want to live better lives. No pretension. All right, next one. So what does online connection look like? This might be the very best tip I give you today. And it's the last tip I'm giving you, so I saved the best for last. Spoiler alert. You see it on your tracker, invite 5 people, or whatever your number is. Or connect with 5 people, and you're like, but what does that mean? How do I connect with people on social media? It's weird. It's always evolving. Mm-hmm. This is how. This is what I do. It works very well for me. I feel authentic and genuine about my connections. I don't send hey girl messages. Surprise. But I did at one point because I didn't know any better. But then when you know better, you do better. So now I do better. So I call these 3-2-1 connections. You're going to make a list of people, Instagram profiles, people on Facebook, wherever you are, wherever your shtick is, make a list of people that you want to connect with. As a Beachbody coach, I didn't know if you know this, but you get to choose who you work with. Isn't that nice? Yes. So Debbie Downer, sorry. Missed your message. I'm just being honest and authentic. Come on. Okay, you're gonna make a list of people or Instagram profiles that you want to befriend. The whole purpose of this is connecting with humans, right? You're going to choose 5 to 10 of those people to do this with per day. However many days you work a Beachbody business. I suggest 5. Monday to Friday is great. That's when the rest of the world is also working. You're going to go to their profile, and for each of those 5 to 10 people, you're going to like 3 of their recent 9 photos. I know, it's a lot. Like 3 of their photos. Leave 2 kind comments on 2 of their photos. And then you're going to either follow them, click the little follow button, or if you've taken Energize that day, send them a DM. Send them a message and say, hey, something about the post that you read that sparked interest for you. Hey, I looked at your Instagram profile and I have this weird feeling that we're going to be friends. I'm not a creep, I promise. I just wanted to tell you that. And then that's it. And you do that for 5 to 10 people. And you do that 5 days a week. And that's 100 new people each month that you're connecting with on social media. This 3-2-1 connection thing is like a high five on social media. This is how I say hey to my new friends. Does that make sense? Does that take a lot of the guesswork out of inviting and connecting?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness, right? So then you keep track of the people that you're doing these 3-2-1 connections with, and guess what your follow-up list is? The people that respond. And then you just keep doing that. This 3-2-1 connection method not only helps you get out of your comfort zone, develop confidence, develop competence, it helps you connect with new people, about 100 people a month, right, if you do 5 a day for 5 days. It helps your Instagram engagement with the algorithm. Do you guys know how the algorithm works? It's a social media platform. So be social. This is being social. So it's twofold. Okay? All right. Next and last slide. You can use this 3-2-1 method that I just explained to you, and you can take tips away from all the things that I shared today, but none of it will matter if you don't commit to your journey. So commit to your journey, consistently show up, deliver valuable content, share your story with courage, and connect with other humans. And if you do those 5 things, I can almost guarantee that you will rock your social media and grow your tribe in 2019.